Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. This will probably be my final video all about the beta, unless something pings up that I need to test. But the fact is, Spider-Gwen is the final champion I've got to talk about. Now, it certainly feels that she has definitely been improved. Do I like her as a champion more than I would like She-Hulk if I was to compare the two? No, I absolutely love She-Hulk. I really do hope that she doesn't get changed at all. If not, just a slight if Kabam are planning to do something with her, because I need her in my life at this current state. Yeah, even unawakened, I'm definitely going to rank for her. Possibly even consider a rank 5 when she comes to be released, which will probably be in about, I don't know, is it 14 days? Whenever the end of the month is. It's coming fairly shortly. 14 days, 4 hours to be bloody exact at the point of recording this video, though when it comes to release, it'd probably be a little bit less. Just say 14 days. Let's just say that. Also in the beta, there's loads of different people putting different suggestions. It's really cool actually, because somebody just put something about, and something that I completely forgot to consider. She-Hulk is a thing killer, heavy attack cancels unstoppable. I mean, yeah, we definitely all know that. But the fact is, that's still cool because it's something I haven't tested out. Though I do include test footage in this video of going up against Hyperion with Spider-Gwen. But there's also like things like, so was it Ogre says, word. When do people stop using that word? What, word to your mother? What is this? Vanilla Ice or something? Word. Even I'm too cool for that word, and I'm cringy as hell. So the first question on everyone's lips: good awakened, good unawakened. The fact is, yeah, she's good when she's unawakened, but she's a lot better when she's awakened, especially if you consider you want to tap into that critical damage, you want to tap into paralyze, and also the Hunter Spider and Trap Spider ability duration. So yes, those are really good things and really applicable, especially if you want to consider as a potential option for very high hit pool battles and long battles, where sometimes it's good to have a champion that interacts with things that minimize aspects like power gain. And as I said, we're going to be featuring footage against Hyperion, but there are a few discrepancies with that which I'm not sure will be addressed in the feedback. Spider Sense charges are the name of the game. The more you have, the more attack rating you have. It's all beneficial, it's all positive. Having the Gwenum Rises synergy, that helps to kind of promote better amounts of attack rating. I also like the plug that we're talking about Gwenum, and I'd love to see that character in game. It's something we talked about a long time ago, I think sometime last year, that the creator was either stepping away from doing some sort of comic book art, comic book writing, and as a result we're like, well, wouldn't it be cool to see this character in game? So it's a cool nod to it, but I just like a bit disappointed that we probably won't see Gwenum as a future character unless they decide to kind of mix that in the future, but I really doubt it. Spider-Gwen does get some of those old school synergies still there. There's nothing being a full overhaul, so there's only the one that's a really kind of unique type of synergy. If you watched Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday, you'll know that we did talk about maybe this plus 550% evadability accuracy versus unblockable special attacks doesn't really transform or transpire to anything like, okay, so I'm definitely going to evade this unblockable attack that's coming towards me, say an L1 from Iron Man Infinity War. Oh, I'm gonna evade that. Yeah. No, I don't think this is how this has been intended to work. Maybe this needs some sort of like extra clarification from Kabam on the subject. Maybe it's meant to be in line with the 5%, which is Spider Sense ability. But it's still all good, especially if you consider with heavy attacks. Similar thing, I think, was the L2 of She-Hulk, where she was able to stop things like unstoppable. I think actually the same thing applied for heavy attacks with She-Hulk as well. So the idea of going unstoppable, of like stopping unstoppable, going in a heavy attack and kind of interrupting and kind of taking that away. And I should show over the top of me talking now images or video of me doing the same thing to Hyperion, where we're kind of nullifying that effect. Very effective, very fun at the same time. As we know, the L1 has been significantly improved with its motion. We don't have that kind of like flipping back and just doing nothing. So now we've got something, but we've got a little bit more for this in shape and form of having Trap Spider mode we go into, and as well critical damage is improved, and as well we're seeing a little bit of chance of getting a power lock. It's not amazing, but it's still kind of good as a little bit of an addition, especially if you want to consider that She-Hulk and this character, mainly Spider-Gwen, is stopping the power gaining, which is again a good and viable new alternative to going up against Hyperion, which, you know, these power gain champs, your days are numbered. And the L2 is still pretty cool. The paralyze that you're putting on the enemy, stunning them, and at the same time you're stopping them in their tracks with power as well as health gain. So yeah, I absolutely love this. I think this is great. And then the SP3, it's not a huge amount of change, but still it does improve the situation. Spider-Gwen does feel that she's been brought into the current meta of the game, and does feel that she balances out, and that's something to really, I've got to go on in another video, the whole idea of what is game balance. So I've got a full video on that. But it does feel, if you're talking about the idea of more champions that do tens of thousands of damage off of special attacks and also a lot of basic attacks, like for example Angela, Corvus, Captain America, Infinity War version, Ghost, the list goes on. Those type of champions, having these characters going into that type of, not exactly like them by the way, I'm not saying that she's on par with those, but I'm saying the extent of damage off of certain special attacks and basic attacks are there. That is the current threshold for the hot list, the top tier champions that people go, yeah, I want that for that reason. Amazing damage output, yes, does that within the abilities. She gets thrusted up there as well as She-Hulk. So I'm really happy that Kabam have kind of done this. Now it would be nice to see some others in the future being brought into, as we're now, obviously, as we know, the current hot list, current meta, whatever we're going to call it. So it's good to see these characters coming through again. And just to clarify, yeah, I meant to say that She-Hulk is based off the heavy attack, not the L2, for the idea of stopping them unstoppable, but it's the L2. They're quite similar in the way that they're going to stop power and also stop regen. So I'm really happy about that. Of the two, based on what I've seen so far, I'm more of a She-Hulk fan at the moment, especially because I just don't feel that she needs to be awakened to be absolutely on point and at her best. But it does help. Yeah, okay, look at the signature ability right here. Yeah, okay, it's good, but at the same time, do you need it with an awakening? Not so much. It does help, but it's not overly a means to go, I can take this champion, whatever. Yeah, it interacts differently around certain characters. Yeah, if you go up against a Mystic, if you go up against a Cosmic, your attack rating is gonna be a lot higher, and there's gonna be so many different positive things. Absolutely. But still, pound for pound, going up against any type of class without an awakening, still very viable. It's still really darn strong. Unfortunate thing is about the poison immunity. That is something that's still annoying, but I'm sure that just even without it, she's still a complete tank. Beastly damage. Now that has been a video about Spider-Gwen as well as She-Hulk to a degree, and my kind of like thoughts are which one I'm going to be ranking. I've got both at 5-star, but I'm more inclined to take She-Hulk right the way up to rank 4, maybe even a case of doing her as a rank 5. But the fact is, I want to see what I get for my next 6-star as to whether or not it's worthy of doing a rank 2. But we'll see. You know, I always kind of like to leave myself open to kind of properly look through these champions I've got before making decisions. But based on what I've seen today, yesterday with the beta, yeah, She-Hulk seems to get that particular rank up. But what are your thoughts? Which one is tickling your fancy? And let's just say you'd like to have your fancy tickled. Let me know in the comment section below and drop into a live stream, because 1900 hours most days, we're going to be there. Also, join the Discord. Links are in the description below. And yeah, happy days. Really happy about this. We look forward to the next champions to be upgraded in the community. I've been RichTheMan. Like, share, and subscribe. And I shall catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.